Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our preview for The Blacklist, Season 9, Episode 5. This is an episode titled Benjamin T. Okara. Listen,
What's
Blacklist.
happening
Can the
here?
Blacklist writers come up with a Blacklister name that actually rolls off the tongue? I think they find joy in making them just as weird and hard to either pronounce or say as possible, like Lakin Paralos Benjamin
Oh yeah,
Okara.
okay.
It's just can you guys call somebody Bill Smith or something?
I'm all right with the weirdness of it. I don't need a Bill Smith.
At least I know how to pronounce that. I'm just no. I do like the weirdness of the names in all seriousness.
They make them not forgettable.
No, yeah, and I really do think that this episode, on paper, it could be exciting because we have a big Cooper related cliffhanger. Seemingly.
Yes, we do.
How are they going to address that?
I don't know.
Okay, we will talk about that. Some other interesting surprises and notes,
Yeah.
but before we go further here. Why not hit that subscribe button? Because every week we are previewing the Blacklist, giving you guys reviews,
Yep.
ranting, maybe doing pirate voices. You never know. This is why you
Oh
need to
no,
subscribe.
that's not a maybe. That's a for sure.
Listen, I haven't done it in a few videos, and I
True, it has been a few videos.
am on a pirate hiatus right now. We'll see
That's
how long
right.
that
You
lasts.
gotta make it special.
That's right.
Also follow us over on Instagram, Matt and Jess TV. We're pretty interactive over there.
Yes.
We have a few new pictures up. We just got a new delivery of Grounds and Hounds coffee, not
Yeah.
sponsored. We just love it. And so we have new photos up over there with Coco.
Okay, well, let's see what's going on here with Mr. Okara,
right.
because according to the synopsis, and this is the point that I think a lot of people are going to be interested in, Dembe's position as an FBI agent causes complications for Red as the task force handles a case involving military technology.
It's already caused complications for Reddington. We already saw that with Robert Vesco. I mean, it's already causing some problems. I mean, we also saw last week where we had Dembe and Reddington sit down with each other, and it feels like they hadn't really done that in all the time that they've been apart. I feel like his position with the FBI is just going to continue to cause problems.
Yeah, I want to see a situation where Dembe has to visit some of his old Reddington associates and then have some of those associates be like, I don't know if I can trust you anymore, Mr. FBI man, and just sort of see where that goes.
Yeah, I'd love to see something like that. I mean, I know not everybody out there loves FBI Special Agent Dembe, and there are parts of it that I'm not that crazy about because I really like him with Reddington, and I think that dynamic and that friendship and that back and forth and that family feeling is just like a 10 out of 10. However, it's been nice to just have more Dembe screen time, and him now being in the FBI should cause a lot of complications for him across the board.
It really, really should. And I hope, too, that this is the episode we finally understand what split the two of these guys up in the first place, because I don't feel like you need to extend that mystery forever. It sounds like something happened in Brasilia. It was mentioned in this past episode, but why not just give us a little bit more backstory on that, because we know how much Dembe cares about Reddington. We know how much Reddington cares about Dembe. It doesn't feel like a small thing that would cause Dembe to be like, I'm gonna go over here now.
Yeah, or for Reddington to maybe send him away. We are coming into episode 5 now.
Yeah.
This is a mystery that does not need to go on all season or for seasons and seasons. It does need to get wrapped up, because if Dembe and Reddington are not going to be sort of working side by side anymore, the tension needs to go. I'm okay with it for a couple of episodes, but now we are getting into episode 5. It's time to wrap it up. Them together, I need to see it come back.
We'll get into a couple of other storylines here, but a couple of programming notes to hit on. First and foremost, Thanksgiving later in November, so we can assume that this is going to be it for a little while.
Yeah.
Also, the Blacklist is going to be moving back to Fridays, guys. We we all kind of knew this was going to happen eventually.
Yeah, as soon as we heard that the original Law and Order was getting picked up, I mean, we thought possibly it could be coming in early 2022. And if that happens, of course, they're going to have it with organized crime and SVU, and they're going to have a big block of Law and Order. It would make no sense for that not to happen. So we assumed that it would be moving back to Fridays. But I mean, I was kind of thinking that the new Law and Order, the reboot, wasn't going to be coming until next year. They're seemingly putting it in at like the end of February, so it's going to be on for like what, 2 or 3 months?
Yeah, like I thought
it's a bit odd.
I thought maybe it would come out in like April, maybe, or maybe the fall. I didn't expect it to be like, okay, the Olympics are probably over. We're going to shove Law and Order Blacklister getting punted back to Fridays now.
Yeah, my guess is they just did a very small order of Law and Order just to see how it's going to fare, which I'm sure it's going to be just fine. But yes, we're going to have Blacklist, Black Fridays coming back.
Also, can we send someone from Law and Order over to NBC to investigate the lack of promos here like this? I will never not be upset about this.
I don't get it. Like, just put something together. It's not that difficult.
Yeah.
Give us a little bit of something.
Yeah, anything. We would appreciate that. Okay. Other things going on, presumably, in Benjamin T. Okara. Okay, Cooper. Yeah. What's going to be going on with Cooper? Is Okara... That really hurts my throat to say it like that, but okay. Is this guy going to be involved in the Cooper story somehow?
I'm not sure, but it seems like, according to Synopsis, that Cooper and Park are each going to find that their personal lives are going to be getting more and more and more complicated. I mentioned in the last review that with the whole urine test that went on, and Wrestler was like, oh, they found, some abnormalities in your urine, that maybe you have a tumor. I suggested that maybe she's pregnant and that that's what it actually is. I feel still that that is what it is, and that they wouldn't be looking for pregnancy with a wrestler, obviously, but if it was Park, they may have looked at that, but because they found this, possible tumor, maybe something in her urine, I think she's pregnant, and I think that's what's going to pop off.
I agree, and I agree fully, because this makes so much sense, because we already sort of have this storyline with, Peter, who doesn't really like her being out in the field. I mean, if she does get it confirmed that she's pregnant, like, that's probably going to amplify the tension between the two of them further, with him knowing, okay, we're expecting a baby now. I don't want you out there in danger.
Yeah, it could very well go that way. I mean, it would definitely complicate things for Park, because she is pretty happy being back part of the task force. She's happy being back out in the field. Her marriage is already strained because she's doing this, even though her husband doesn't want that to happen. But I mean, it could be something else as well. There's been lots of theories out there about who Peter is, if Peter's the new Tom. I don't think they're going to recycle that story, but it's hard to know with this show. I mean, they've kind of hit on similar stories over and over again in different ways, so I'm not sure.
Speaking of recycling stories here, I got just a theory I'm going to throw out there for Cooper here, that we know that whoever is probably doing this to frame Cooper, and we talked a lot about this in the review, the link is in the description, it has to be somebody who is aware of what happened with Charlene and that affair from way back when, right?
Yeah, and I've seen a lot in the comments and that people think that it's Charlene, and I'm not really sure what the motivation would be for her to frame her husband for something that she did many years ago. I mean, she's not really in touch with this guy anymore. Why would she? Everything is okay with her and her husband. I don't understand what the purpose would be. She has no motivation to go and kill this guy. Her husband already knows about it. They've moved past it. So what would the motivation be for her to kill him? And then on top of it, to frame her husband? I don't see it.
I don't either. And I've seen people say, oh, it could be like this Blacklister or that Blacklister from the past who were kind of around that time. And it's like, okay, I guess theoretically, but once again,
Sure.
what would the motive be now? Like, what I'm hoping is that maybe someone from the past in one way or another ended up slipping something, and this is all actually the work of a big bad we're gonna meet a little bit later on down the road. Because rather than having like an exclusive Reddington sort of adversary, it'd be fun to have like a task force adversary, and then Reddington actually has to go and help some of them, and hopefully he's willing to do that.
The other theory I've seen online is that the person that's framing him is Reddington, because then people are thinking that Reddington would get AGNES, and I don't think that that's true. I don't think that if Cooper's not in the picture that, you know, all of a sudden AGNES is going to Reddington. There are other people in line before this, and that would include Charlene.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where I hope that it's ultimately a total surprise and like none of the theories out there really just hold that much water, because I just don't think it's Reddington. I don't think it's Charlene. I wouldn't understand.
No, the other theory that I've seen out there, which, you know, maybe, I don't know, is that it's someone that's related to the guy, like a wife or a girlfriend or someone else that has some sort of jealousy. But then wouldn't they be setting up Charlene to take the fall? Like, why Cooper? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And again, it's years later. Like, who is holding on to this for all these years? You need to not be with Doug anymore if this is still going on for you.
Yeah, just address this, and please give us some answers on the next episode. The last thing we'll talk about here is our old boy Brimley, who, okay, listen, I love Brimley. Perhaps more so, I love the goat, but
I know.
I don't know if the goat is coming back, but apparently, you know, we don't usually talk about like cast listings because a lot of times they're not accurate or they could be posted by anybody, but there was a cast listing out there suggesting that a Jeffrey Brimley was going to be appearing in this episode. And I don't know. I mean, the picture looks younger than the original Brimley. It could be a son. It could be a lot of other people that are related to him somehow.
Yeah, and the actor who plays Brimley, like, made it clear on Twitter that he was asked to appear, but he had a conflict with a film. So this is why he's not there. Is this someone who's related to Brimley? Probably. I mean, they have the same last name. Sure, a son, a nephew, a cousin. Who knows?
It's like a little bit of like tangential Blacklist nostalgia for all of us. It's like, it's Brimley. Sure, it's not the same Brimley, but you know, it'll do for now as long as you bring the goat. And that is all I will say on that. Okay, well, we'll conclude this now, but of course we'll be discussing episode 5 after it airs, and let us know in the comments, what do you guys want to see? How do you think it's going to play out? Are you team bring back the goat? Let us know.
Are you also watching Dexter? Because we are.
That was a really good transition, because I had the old goat thing on this past episode. I don't know if I have ever had as many regrets in videos that I have of not doing like just 3 minutes on the goat in that video.
Vincent Van Gogh.
Yeah, it's like, how did we not discuss Vincent Van Gogh more?
No.
Well, anyway, let us know all of your expectations here. Subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you here next time.